Hello everybody, my name is Comic DJ, and this is going to be my very detailed review of Moon Knight issue number 1. Now right off the bat, as soon as I heard Moon Knight was coming out, I was thinking, maybe this is going to be interesting. But once I saw this cover, I knew I had to have this. And just like last week's review of Black Panther, this is the first time I've ever read anything from Moon Knight. Now it does mention that he's a mercenary. His name is Mark Spector. He died in Egypt under a statue, the moon god. And they really don't get a whole lot of information other than this part 1 of 5, and it's titled Welcome to New Egypt. So it starts off with our character Mark. He's talking to someone. I'm assuming it's God, or, since they told us he died under a statue, you're kind of assuming right now he's speaking to some higher being. He speaks to this higher power or God, or maybe it's just his inner being named Khonsu, and it's guiding him somewhere. Khonsu is shown here with a beautiful white background. He's explained, you have to feel this pain. This is something that you have to go through. You're not going to get what you want if you don't suffer. So something flashes into Mark, and he's seeing what he used to be, or who the person he used to be. I would assume this is where Moon Knight originally started, and now we're seeing something after the original. Mark appears to be talking to himself. He wakes up from this dream status, and these two people harassing him. They're supposed to be his caregiver. They're supposed to take care of him, but they actually end up beating him up. They tell him, be quiet. If Mark so much as makes a squirm or a sound, these people keep kicking him. They keep harassing him. They keep making fun of him. They're really holding our character down. And yeah, he does come off as crazy, but really you're wondering, why are these guys harassing this man like this? They give him a shot right here, and I really enjoyed the way it blacks out. You see a little bit smaller screen, then a smaller one's totally black. I thought that was very unique. So now they're giving Mark what they call their treatment. It's going to obviously be some kind of electrical device. They're frying his brain. They give him a mouthpiece. And I really felt for our character, both in a way that he was crazy, but at the same time, like, why do these guys do this to him if they're supposed to take care of him? It seems like they're putting him to the max. They don't even care about this guy. They are completely frying this guy's brain so he doesn't remember what is going on. Obviously, Mark is going to be traumatized from this. He's going to be in an excruciating amount of pain. Here, I was thinking maybe he was mentally retarded just from all this electrocution. And again, it blacks out. And this evil doctor or caregiver, whatever it is, doesn't even care what he's doing to the guy. Mark is then shown with some bruises. He's hanging out with the other crazy people. Everybody's brain looks fried. You can see it in all their eyes. They don't know what's going on. Besides the electrocution, they're probably on a bunch of pills. Mark gets grabbed by some other crazy lady. She's talking about food that she served. There's a flashback. So right now, I'm not sure what his powers are. Does he feel other people and he's seeing these things? Or is this just the story that they're showing us, that this lady's crazy? You can't really tell at this point. But again, you don't really know what Moon Knight's powers are, if he has any at all. Mark sees Moon Knight on the television. Now, he thinks that this is him. He's wondering, what is going on? How is this Moon Knight character on TV? But he's Moon Knight. The strange character approaches him, and he's saying all these weird things. He mentions that Mark is probably more crazy than him because they've already met. He's already shook your hand. He's like, how did you forget me? It looks like you forgot me. So he just talks about all this rubbish. He then is really getting Mark to think. He says, look around. What do you see? There's something deeper than here. This isn't the loony bin. What do you really see? Mark sees this flash, which you can't really tell what it is, but it looks like that's the dead body under the statue that we were told about earlier on. The man touches his hand, and he's telling him, you're the one. He speaks of, you're the fist of Khonshu. And again, that's the god that he had that dream about. So now Mark is just so confused. He feels like he's Moon Knight. He doesn't know what's going on. Is he dreaming? Is this real? How does this guy know about his god? In the midst of all that, the two caregivers come back up, and they want nothing but to cause this man trouble again. The old man's actually very sassy. He says things like, oh, I'm truly sorry, Robert. I only wanted a little morning conversation before the shock therapy. And I felt like the writing here was really funny. The two caregivers take away Mark, and they mention to him, hey, don't tell anybody about this or you're going to get another butt whooping. Now Mark sees this woman. He's seeing another flash. Again, we can't tell. Has he really had these memories? Is he crazy? Now he's saying the woman's name, Marlene. We have no idea if her name's Marlene. She doesn't even look like she knows what she's doing. So now he goes to talk to the doctor that they warned him to not say anything about. She's clicking her pen, and she's just talking, and she's just really bored. because Mark is saying he's Moon Knight and he has no idea why he's here. He doesn't remember any of you. Why are you guys bothering me like this? Why am I in this place? She's really fed up with him. She keeps saying, why are you going back to this? We've way past this. We've already made progress. I thought you were ready to get out of here. When you do this, you pull a stunt like this. You go back to the old way. You keep talking about this Moon Knight person. Mark says, I am the Moon Knight. That's me. I'm the real Moon Knight. I really started to believe Mark that maybe he was the Moon Knight until she pulls out this journal. You're an orphan. You've lived here since you were 12. Your whole life has been here. Look at your drawings. And she pulls out all types of evidence showing the guy, like, look how long you've been here. This is your journal. This is your handwriting. At this point, you really can't help but to think this guy is on some drugs or this guy is crazy. Again, how could he be Moon Knight, right? You just saw him on the television. Unless this place is that crazy and they have fake television going on and it's not really live, how could the guy possibly have been getting beat up this morning and he was Moon Knight last night? I'm really thinking this guy is out of his brain at this point. So he's really fighting it. He doesn't want to believe her. He sees his pen on her desk. So he's fighting her, of course. She's telling him, we're going to have to up your medicine. We're going to have to put you away if you're not going to be any better. You're not showing any improvement. Mark is just looking at her desk, and he goes in and he says, okay, no more talk. Okay, you're right. I'm not Moon Knight. And she says, good, that's better. So he's laying in his bed thinking, like, why isn't anybody believing me? He speaks to his God again, Khonshu, and he says, are you there? He says, of course I am. He says, are you really real? He's like, the God says, if I wasn't real and you didn't believe I wasn't real, why would you have stolen that red pen? So apparently he stole the red pen off the doctor's desk. So the guys, again, the dirtbags, they're now playing some cards and they hear a loud thump. And guess who it is causing trouble in the hallway? We have Mark using that red pen, screeching, banging, making noise. And now we finally get this feel of who Moon Knight is. Now, maybe, is he going to get some powers? What is he going to do? He says he's going to kick these guys' ass. Now he's talking shit. He doesn't even care about them anymore. He's not putting up with this anymore. When he puts on his mask, he says he can see their real face. And now suddenly they're dogs. You see all these Egyptian dog faces getting pounded. There's no more human faces, which is kind of strange. And I'm like, what is going on? Mark's running through the hallway. His God is speaking to him. This way, this way. This is a maze. Go down here. Go down here. You have to get out, Mark. Go. Run, Mark. Run. He's led to the rooftop. And he says, why am I here? He says, look out. And he can see an Egyptian pyramid and sand covered everywhere. And he can feel the evil. His God speaks to him and says, look up. And he said, why would I look up? He said, that's me. He said, that moon, that's my face. That's who I am. That's me. Now, when I really look at this moon, I can kind of make out some eyes and a nose and a mouth. I'm not sure if they meant us to do that or we're just supposed to think that the moon is his face. But either way, I mean, I can kind of see a face. The voice in his head says, look around. Look at it. This is the Seth. The Seth has taken over. It's your job to kill off the Seth, to fight back. Mark's now being chased by these crazy dogs coming in ferociously. Mark says, oh shit, but the voice says, indeed. I thought that was hilarious. Unfortunately, Mark didn't have enough will in him and he gets beat down. But the funniest part about him getting beat down is that the voice in his head mentions to him, I thought you had more fight in you. They take off his mask and he suddenly sees human again. He doesn't see any more sand. He doesn't see the pyramid. He doesn't see flying evil or strange animal. And he said, it was all real. They say, what are you looking at? I know what I saw. I know what I saw. Sure you did. Sure you did. When it turns out, he's just crazy all along. We're left with the ending of Mark having no idea. Did that just happen? Did I see what I really saw because of this mask? We don't know until part 2. So overall, I loved Moon Knight issue 1. From the cover, from the art, from the part of him being maybe schizophrenic. There was just so many great things about Moon Knight issue 1. I personally bought a physical copy as well as a digital copy because I really wanted to support the artist in Marvel. At my local comic book store, they only had the hip-hop variant. Apparently, there was a shortage of comic books there, but it's all good. Looking at Mark or potentially Moon Knight like right here, man, I thought he looked so badass. I mean, he looks really great for just putting on a sheet on his head, you know? The bandages on the left and the right, covering up his knuckles. I thought he looked ferocious. I loved this part where he's beating up the people. I I really enjoyed the action throughout this. A little bit of blood popping out, but just the Egyptian feel to it all really brought it together for me. This by far was my favorite scene. I love the pyramid. I love this sand feel covering up the city, and it really makes you feel like, hey, this is his purpose, right? He's got to go out there and fight the evil. And I thought it was kind of weird that like no one noticed him in the sky, these flying dog winged animals. So I'm really confused, but at the same time, I'm very excited about what's going to happen in the future of Moon Knight. Again, this is only a 6-part issue, but I really want to read more Moon Knight. Let me know in the comments if you read Moon Knight. I would definitely recommend it, and I'd have to give it an easy 8 out of 10. I can't really complain about this issue. I thought it was great, a great start for me, and usually, out of these miniseries, it gets better as it goes along, so I'm very excited about it. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this, if you're going to pick up Moon Knight, or if I'm just crazy for giving it 8 out of 10. Until next time, everybody, I'm Comic DJ signing out.